If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. A child shall lead them. So here we go, guys. First song is by the band Breed. And the name of this song is called Eviscerator, I believe is the name of the song.
And he said it's a pretty obscure band, so the only way to get the lyrics was on Bandcamp. So there we are. We got them. And we're ready to go. I think that was all he said about it, too.
Jessry in the house.
And he said he's actually curious to see if they're going to experience some sort of bump from our reaction, but he's hopeful.
Inshallah. All right, let's see it, guys. Breed of Israel, let's do it.
Find your vocation and hold it till
Okay. This guy had a very unique vocal style at the beginning. It was so non-conventional that, you know how I like, I think Passenger is the name of the band. Like, the guy is a very weird.
Chino Moreno.
No. It's like another song. I've showed it to you before. Passenger.
I'm your passenger.
No.
Roll the window.
No, babe. I love that one, but that's not the one I'm talking about.
Okay.
Passenger. Let Her Go.
Okay.
So, this guy, very, very weird voice. I've played it before for you. If I played it, you'd be like, oh, yeah. Anyway, he's just got a very odd-sounding voice, and I have a thing for odd voices.
Yes,
so when
you do.
This one was a little bit, I couldn't, like, decide if I liked it or if I didn't. It was that odd to me. And then as he kept going, then all of a sudden he was sounding a lot more like Maynard. And I'm like, wait a minute. And then it had, like, that sort of Tool sound to it, like kind of that sort of...
Oh, yeah.
That sort of repetitive sound, but it's like a satisfactory sound.
It got more Tool-y as the song progressed.
Yeah, it
then
did.
It had the Maynard, like,
bring it out
with the open chord shit, and then the featuring of the bass.
Yep.
Which is almost like a Tool signature at this point for us. JLB called it, "This feels Toolish." You know, it felt like it was a song that was like 10 years late. Felt like this song was like a good song, like a really good, like.
Well, when did it come out?
I don't know. I mean, they're kind of.
What if it came out 10 years ago?
Yeah. I mean, even if it came out 10 years ago, it was. You could definitely tell, like, I don't know.
Yeah, Bandcamp doesn't really give that information that I see anyway. Yeah. Oh, release date was 2018.
Holy shit. So.
Yeah. Okay, I kind of see what you're saying with that. I still liked it. What is the song about? Is this like the churches and like what we've done?
I'm not exactly sure. Like, there are a lot of places where it could go to, but obviously a lot of religious references, particularly, I mean, he explicitly calls out Psalm 23, and it seems like being a sheep. Obviously, at the end of the song, it literally says, "I am not a sheep," or "I won't be a sheep," or whatever. At the very, very end.
I didn't think that meant like a follower,
he says,
though.
"I will not bleat. I am not a sheep. I will not bleat." Which, sheep does talk about being a follower, but it could also mean being prepared for the slaughter.
Yes.
Which is probably what goes with eviscerate a lot better, because, you know, basically saying, I'm not going to allow myself to get slaughtered.
Well, he said over here, sheep and shepherd lords, breaking from what tasked upon us. I wondered if when he said that, if he meant anything like, you know how there'll be like, you know, you could say the shepherd is like the pastor or the leader of the church, and then the sheep are typically all the people that go to the church. But when he called them all lords, I was wondering if it was like, you know how there's like one view of the church that there's like this leader, and then they're all like mindless sheep following the pastor. Then there's like another view where it's like they're all following, it is kind of the same thing, but they're all following the same sort of doctrine that's just condemning the world, and that if you're not with them, you're like worthless.
Yes.
So the sheep and shepherd lords, and then he says, I will not bleat, I am not a sheep. So I didn't know if he was saying like, I'm not going to be part of that.
Well, he says, I'll become the blood inside and get her back in turn. Her? Yeah, that's like right before it says downward spiral.
Yep.
Right there.
Oh, yeah.
I'll become the blood inside and get her back in turn. It seems like maybe he's like aligned himself with this kind of rebellious person, and it's like basically infiltrating this person's mindset to then get them back to
Never mind.
What are you doing?
I gotta get this thing because I want to sit forward.
Okay.
Carry on.
So, like, you know, like this person has a quote unquote rebellious mindset, whatever. Yeah. And it's gonna be his job to get him back in line, basically, is what it looks like.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, you know, to get her back in turn, basically. Fructified a white rose of basilica, roam these halls of ivy and whore my ears, monogamous with a higher education, to find my vocation and hold it dear, so you could fuck the little followers too, indoctrinate them, we'll start anew. This looks to me like a, you know, pastor, whatever, he just came from seminary, monogamous with a higher education. To find my vocation and hold it dear, so you can fuck the little followers too. It's basically, you know, how ecclesiastical leaders, you know, kind of have that over their followers. We find the broken collar, hands outstretched to question why he stands corrupt before these hunters. Hope they sing, say, why won't you die?
Broken collar?
Where do you see that?
You just read, and we find the broken collar. That's like call. But or is it supposed to be like a collar?
Collar,
Yeah, like is it supposed to be like?
Or maybe it's a double entendre.
Ooh,
broken collar.
Yeah.
Again, like that. That's kind of hands outstretched to question why, which I kind of imagined a crucifix. You know, hands outstretched to question why. But the song that they're singing is "Why Won't You Die." You see this right there?
Yeah.
To hope they sing, to hope they sing. Say, why won't you die? Hemorrhage the hegemony of the hunters, eviscerate the acceptance that calls them blind. But what am I but a sum of my values? Psalm 23, going to eat these lambs. Psalm 23 is the Lord is my shepherd. Here comes the all-stamping censor. You take my body, I'll mutter in time. So it just looks like the guy is calling out the leadership or whatever, and then when you do that, they're going to cut your throat and all the rest of it. But I think he's siding with this other person, and that's going to put them in a bad situation with the congregation, because notice it says the hegemony of the hunters. So they're all kind of come together. They're all in agreement that this person is bad and we need to go after him. And he's saying, I'm not going to do that. And, you know, that kind of happens. And you know what's funny?
You will be crucified.
I've been in situations where, I've been in situations where people like, you need to get that girl in line. They'll come to me. Some girl was misbehaving in the church or whatever from their vantage point. I mean,
like she's a child.
I'm trying to talk about it the way that they would talk about it, and like that's what they do. Like they would come to me and they'd be like, "Hey, you need to get her in line." You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like.
It wasn't like it was someone in your household.
It wasn't anybody in my house. I mean, it'd be bad enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't even a family member. It was just like, like what?
That's what, there was this church that we were like semi-connected with when I was growing up. We didn't go to the church, but they were like that. They would call the husbands in and they would have meetings and they would be like, you need to get your wife in line.
Yeah, but that church was weird, bro. Like, they were saying some really
weird.
Crazy. I mean, I'm not going to get, like...
If you didn't pay your tithes, which is basically, like, the Bible talks about, giving money to the church, so then the church is basically able to help other people with it, basically. But that's the Old Testament. In the New Testament, it's not even said how much you should give. It's just that people should give from their hearts.
You're supposed to give from your heart because God loves a cheerful giver.
They weren't encouraging that because I think they were afraid people wouldn't give. So if you didn't give your tithe, which really had risky. To be 10%, yeah, it really is.
We went to a church one time and the guy never, ever spoke about money.
Yeah, I thought he was wrong for that, though. I thought he should have talked about it.
Not once. And people were selfish as hell.
Yep.
The village is more generous than those people were.
I was blown away. I was blown away when we became part of the village. I was like, wait.
The atheist, agnostic, pagan, witch,
I'm like, this is going to have to be worse.
There's a problem.
Somebody needs help? Here, let me help.
Well, let's get this thing straightened out.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, that Cat Williams shit. Let's get this thing figured out. Christians are like, hey, this person's about to lose their house. Marxism!
Well, then why were they working that job? Anyway.
Unfreaking real. Unfreaking real.
Okay, I see what you're saying. It's a little bit dated, being that it came out in 2018. So, you got to take a little bit of points down for that. But I still enjoyed the song. I enjoyed his vocal style.
Do you have a thumbnail for this thing?
And we'll make one right after we finish this review.
Just use an old one.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah. The Tool. I don't know. The. Go ahead. Give your rating.
So, I mean, 7.9.
Okay, this is a 6.7 for me. 6.7 for me. Vocally, the guy is really good. Mm-hmm. Like, you got to have talent to do it that way. I just think that it was so Tool adjacent that, like, I would have liked to hear more of what they can do.
His vocal style was really different at the beginning.
Yeah, but as the song progressed,
then it was just
it became kind of like hyper Tool-y, which is okay to a degree, I think. But
yeah,
what?
Yeah, I hear you.
Anyway,
I do. I hear. Oh, look. Okay, so you gave it a 6.7.
Yeah, 6.7.
Okay, well,
Would you give it?
I gave it a 7.9. This marks the beginning of our live stream.
Yes, dear listener.
We're on to another song.
Sit back, relax, get you some popcorn.
Listen. Yep.
And who knows? Vinny might bust out the guitar.
We have some witchcraft next.
We do? Okay. Witchcraft is next.
Samaritan Burden.
Vin out.
Sori out.
Go.